friends. I do not have the microphone on, so that means I need to speak up. But I thought it would be fun to do a live today to go through a declutter of mostly eyeshadow palettes, maybe some other things. But yeah, I thought it would be fun to do that live so that you guys could, see what I'm possibly going to be putting up on Mercari or Poshmark, depending on which one I feel like doing. But we're going to start with eyeshadow palettes. I've already done like some lip stuff. I should probably do some eye stuff and lip liners and eyeliners and stuff like that. I'll do them next. Hey, Buffy. I know that's not your name. You're Leah, but I call you Buffy, and you're Buffy to me forever. So, but yeah. So this first box here that I use, this little cubby, is all the stuff that I collect. Like there's certain brands I like to collect things from. And I just kind of wanted to start here because in actuality, me using all of them is not, it's not possible for me to use all the stuff I'm collecting. So in order to like make room for new things and try new things, then some of the stuff is going to have to go, even though I don't want it to go and I've been hanging on to it. I think that probably I should let some of the stuff go. So we'll see what I can part with. Probably not a whole lot out of my little collectibles. So that should be interesting. Now, I have already got an idea in my mind of something that I do want to declutter from this. That's why I even pulled this out, because I know you guys are like, well, why were you even trying to pull that out if you know you like to collect certain things? Well, there's a palette that I hang on to that I haven't used, but it's a beautiful palette, and I didn't want to, I tried to let go of this palette. This is the Melt Cosmetics. It is the Impulsive palette. It is a beautiful palette. I tried to sell it on Mercari, and I just never was able to. Somebody tried to buy it, but she didn't want to pay anything but like $17 for it, and Mercari wouldn't let me ask for anything more than $17 for it. But it's a Melt Cosmetics palette, and it's a limited edition palette. So I don't think $17 is a fair price to me, especially since when I got it, it wasn't $17. So I don't know. I'm sort of on the fence about that. Hi. Hi, all my friends. Thanks for watching. But yeah, I know I want to get more than $17 for it. I paid $23 for it. So I would like to get around that for it. So like $23 would be, I wouldn't ask more than $23 for this palette, but it's well worth it. Not even used, so I don't have to sanitize it. So I've never even done like a swatch. It's beautiful. I mean, look at all those colors. And Melt Cosmetics makes the most beautiful pigments. Now, not trying this palette, I don't know how great this particular one is, if it's a hit or miss, because I know that sometimes they can be hit or miss, but it's one of the first ones, I think. So I think that this one was probably really, really good. It is very well reviewed. So again, I'm going to try to do $22, $23 on this guy on Mercari, probably, or Poshmark, whoever lets me sell it for the price I want for it. All right. Next, is there anything else in here? So this palette I've used a lot. It's the Naked 3. I'm not going to sell it, even though I don't use it as much as I should. I just got this Mary Jane palette. So that's another Melt Cosmetics. Kind of mixing it up. This is the Naked Honey palette. I love this palette. Used it. This is Naked Ultraviolet. Love this palette. Used it. Not a lot, but I still used it. And this is the Naked Cherry palette. I have not used this. But red is my favorite color. Red and then purple. So I know I should use it. and probably it's wasteful for me to hang on to it, but it's so beautiful. Like, this is the packaging. I want to do like a little get ready with me using stuff that I haven't used yet, or you know, doing some sort of video, maybe a live or something, and I can use this palette. But it's so pretty. It's perfect. It has like light colors and dark colors. So you got your inner corner, you've got your transition colors. So yeah. So you've never tried Naked. Oh, do you know if they have, their products are vegan? Actually, let me check. Let's see if they're vegan. I generally try to stick to vegan, but not always, you know, especially when I first got into makeup, I didn't really pay attention to whether or not they were vegan. I know it's not tested on animals, so, but it doesn't have the vegan thing on it. So no, I don't think that at least the ultraviolet's not vegan. What about cherry? No, it doesn't have the vegan thing on it. So no, I do not think that it is vegan. I do know that they, well, some of the Naked palettes and the Urban Decay palettes have the cruelty-free thing on them. This one doesn't. This one doesn't, but I think that the the honey one does. I just can't find that thing right now. It's a little picture. And this one probably not even, this one's probably not even cruelty free. This is an old palette. So I don't even know if this one's cruelty free. This one's, I got this recently, but it has been around for a while. So it may have been sitting in a warehouse. But I do know that these are all cruelty free. So, I mean, if you want one of these, Leah, I would sell you the cherry one if you wanted it, because you're my friend and we're buddies and we got it like that. You could do the cherry one if you wanted to. I'll get you a really good deal on it. They're not really expensive palettes, and they go on sale all the time. Like the Naked palettes, like the Urban Decay has big sales all the time, and I think I got this one on sale, I believe. So let's see, what else have I got in here? I have some more Milk Cosmetics. This is the green palette, the Smoke Sessions palette. I love this palette. I've used it about a half a dozen times. I love green eyeshadow. I love colors, like colorful colors, but I love green eyeshadow. For some reason, it's just like, it does it for me. And this is the palette. The formula on this palette is amazing. Is it cruelty free? I think this one's cruelty free too, but I don't see the sign on it. But I know that there are certain brands that I look into them and I won't buy them as long, you know, they're not cruelty free. But that's been recently. Like, I don't think that I even really knew that they were still doing that. I thought that that was like an ancient thing, but then I found out about MAC still doing it. Like, MAC still tests on animals, and I don't ever go and buy MAC. Like, I might get it in a subscription box or something, but I never buy it. Never. Like, it's just, I won't do it. Let's see. I thought I had more Milk Cosmetics than these. I have the Rust palette. If I can get it open. And I know I have the Gemini palette and the Millennial Pinks palette. Here's the Gemini palette. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I had 6, but I'm willing to get rid of, I need to get rid of this one. I'm not using it. It's just sitting around. So we're gonna find her a home. So yeah, so we're gonna keep the rest of these. And then this is a brand new palette. I haven't even showed it, like, even on a video yet. This is a Laura Lee Nudie Patootie. I didn't realize they had coupons and sales and stuff that you could get this at TJ Maxx, and I bought this for freaking selling it like for like really cheap at TJ Maxx. It's ridiculous. No, Matthew, I don't have any Jeffree palettes that I don't want to hang on to. I love my Jeffree palettes. My Jeffree Star Cosmetics is my top of the line stuff. I love those products. They work really good for my skin tone. So you know what I'm talking about, I'm sure. Let's see. What else have I got over here? Now I got this big one here. Now there's a lot of these that I've probably used already. I used this. This is the Nikki Tutorials Beauty Bay collaboration. And this palette is bomb. Oh my god, I love this palette so much. Like, so much. Like, I didn't realize Beauty Bay's formula was so good. I mean, it's so good. It's like they make Morphe look poor. I mean, it's just such high quality. It's ridiculous. I do have this Patrick Star One Size palette. It is beautiful, but I'm going to move my keyboard. Sorry about that. It is beautiful, but honestly, it isn't really, it's not something I would buy myself, so I don't know that I should keep it. It is got a lot of, like, colors that, you know, I use over and over again. I have some certain color palettes I tend towards, you know, so, and this has got those colors in. Now, it's never been used. I've never swatched it. And that's the color story on this One Size palette. Still got the plastic protector over it. It's really beautiful. It's got some greens, some blues, and then a bunch of, like, you know, basic colors. So I wouldn't even know if anybody would be interested in that palette. It's just, I like the packaging somewhat because it's pink and red. I love red, but, you know, I just got done saying 50 million times that red is my favorite color. Oh yeah, Jeffree is coming out with a new palette this month. Oh my goodness. That's one of the reasons why I need to go ahead and sell some stuff, because I'm hanging on to things and I know I'm going to want to get some new stuff and I just can't keep this stuff around. So yeah, I'm going to sell this guy. I think it retails for like somewhere around $40, but I'm thinking I'll sell this one for $20 as well, because, you know, it's just going to be collecting dust. This palette I love. This is a ColourPop palette. I'm a humongous ColourPop fan. I use this palette all the time. It's super colorful. It's rainbow. I got the matching eyeliners. The eyeliner set that goes with this. They're gel eyeliners. They're beautiful. This is the inside of this palette. Look how pretty. Like, if I'm not using Jawbreaker or the new facelift palette, then I'm using this if I want to do something colorful. So I've used it at least half a dozen times as well. So that is one of the ones that's going in the keep pile. Glad I made some room on my desk. Get my water out of the way. All right. Next, I'm going to keep this one. I still haven't taken it out of the plastic completely. This is the Bailey Sarian X Estate Cosmetics. I'm a huge Bailey Sarian fan. I love the murder mystery makeup thing. That is just brilliant. That's such a brilliant concept. So I've enjoyed watching that, and she does it so well. This is the color story in it, and it is beautiful. It's a very, it's my color story. There's a couple pops of color in there, but nothing crazy. Like, you got this purple here, this yellow here, and orange, but the rest is just sort of like the little basic neutrals, like sort of cool tone neutrals, but neutrals nonetheless. So it is got shimmers and some mattes, but you know, it's just something that I think I'll eventually use, even if I didn't use. I mean, look at the packaging. And it's Bailey Sarian. Like, I want to, like, support that girl forever. She's just such a good human. Yeah, she doesn't have her own line. This is just a collaboration she did with Estate Cosmetics. She's done some nail polishes with another brand and some jewelry with Ana Luisa, I believe. Let's see, what else have I gotten here? This is an iconic London palette. This is like all the basic neutrals that a person could need. Cool tone neutrals. What are my favorite? What's my favorite shade of Jeffree Star liquid lip? Well, most definitely Gemini. And then I think Red Rum, because I love a good red. So Gemini when I'm feeling neutral, and then Red Rum for when I really want the red. This is the iconic London palette. I got this in, I think, a BoxyCharm. It's beautiful. I'm probably keeping this one. I don't know. It's got so much, like, well, there's warm, like, they're kind of warm tones because there's yellows and oranges in it. But it's just so, there's so much to it. It's very versatile. There's so many different looks you can do with that palette. So I am going to hang on to this one too. Let's see. Is yours Weirdo, Matt? Is your favorite Weirdo? Because it's black and you can use it for so many different things. Or is it, what is the one that I sent you? Oh, come on. It's on the tip of my tongue. It's really, really, really popular. Everybody wanted it. And I was like, well, I mean, it was a little bit too dark for me because I'm so pale. And I was like, you know, it would look really good on Matthew. I think I'm going to give it to him. Next is a BH Cosmetics palette. I keep hanging on to this thing. You can't really sell it and make money off of it, but it was one of my first palettes. So, like, first palettes, like, ever, like, besides, like, CoverGirl and Revlon and stuff like that. Is it Unicorn Blood? Breakfast at Tiffany's? Unicorn Blood, it is Unicorn Blood. Okay, isn't that the one? Breakfast at Tiffany's is the most beautiful color. Like, I have the, well, I don't know, the one that I got, the mirror that I got isn't called the Breakfast at Tiffany's mirror, but it's teal. Let me show you. Here we go. This is my mirror. It's not quite the same. It just says, they just say teal now. They used to be able to say that it was a Breakfast at Tiffany's, but I guess copyright or whatever, they couldn't do that anymore. But yeah. Okie doke. These I've used the crap out of. I probably shouldn't sell this because I use them so much. And because they're just, it's hip dot. It's not like it's super extravagant. So, you know, I'll save these, and they smell like peanut butter. I mean, peanut butter and chocolate, like, you can't go wrong. So this is the whole set. It's got the lippies, the brushes, and all that in there. So you really can't get a lot for that. And then I have a bunch of Alter Ego palettes. This is the Sahara. This one I should probably let go of because I have a lot of this color. Then this is Artemis. These are all comparable to Natasha Denona. This is comparable to the Natasha Denona Love palette, one of the Valentine palettes. And this is comparable to the Metropolis palette. So I'm saving this one and that one, but I should probably get rid of the Sahara. The reason why I got the Sahara is because you guys know that I have really dry skin, and I'm always joking that I'm dry as the Sahara. So that's why I got this one. Plus, wait till you see the color story on this. This will kind of like help. If you guys know me and know what kind of colors I go towards, you know what I do. Hey, Jordy! How are you, girl? I miss you. All right. So this is the Sahara palette. It is that like neutral, cool tone neutrals, and you know how I am about cool tone neutrals. Now, granted, these things are not expensive at all. It wouldn't be a money-making endeavor. It would be like, I'll put this along with something else, and this could be like the gift with purchase or something. So, because I just have so much of this color story. It's just I keep going back to it, and I don't even use the basic colors every day. I just don't. Like, if I'm going to use basic colors, like neutral colors or cool neutrals, I'm going to use this. Or I'm going to use my Juvia's Place. I'll show you the one that I used. I hit pan on certain things. It's hilarious. You guys will love it. So I'm going to put that one in the sell pile. And then this one, I think I'm going to sell this one too. I don't even know that you can get a lot of money for this, but this is a beautiful palette. But again, it is that same color story. It's like cool, cool neutrals. Okay, come on. It's this beautiful container, and packaging is just stunning. Isn't that beautiful? Absolutely beautiful. I'm sure, you know, there's not like, I'm not trying to like make a million in this. I'm just trying to get rid of some stuff. So most of the stuff is going to be super cheap. Like the only things are going to be, only thing that's going to be $20 is that Melt Cosmetics palette and the Patrick Star One Size palette. So these, I'm sure that I can just throw, maybe I can do like one with the other. If you guys are interested in any specific kind of bundle with the ones that I've said that I'm going to sell, then just go ahead and let me know, speak up, and I will work a deal for you. Especially my friends get stuff that nobody else gets, and y'all are all my friends. You wore the unicorn blood on your in your last makeup video. Oh, that's so awesome. Or did you do a video? Anyhow, still, anyway, I'm glad you love unicorn blood because it was like highly sought after. Like I knew everybody wanted it. So I was like, you know, with all the videos and lives and stuff that you do, I was like, he definitely needs to have this one in his Rolodex of lippies. All right, so I have a drawer down here that I have all my other eyeshadow palettes in that are not put away. They're like little tiny ones and stuff like that. I'm just going to grab handfuls of them. First, this is my NARS palette, and I'm keeping this one. I don't even have to open it up all the way. I'm glad you love that. I'm glad you love that. That makes me so happy. I could even open it up all the way. It's like reds and pinks and stuff, but look, this is a humongous reason why it's my favorite. I love stars. I love purple. I love red. So yeah, it's my aesthetic in a palette. And then it's got the colors of like the pinks and purples and reds and stuff. I have not used Thirsty yet. That's one of my Jeffree Star palettes that I have not used. I need to use it though. I love that palette. It's so beautiful. All right, I'm going to put this over here. I have the House palette. It's another red and burgundy and all that. But I always wanted this palette and I didn't buy it. So I'm going to just go ahead and probably hang on to this one. Look how beautiful that is though. It's got purples and neutrals and black. And it's one that I wanted for a long time. I mean, I don't know how great it is. Maybe I should sell it, but I just got it. Like, I don't even know if it was 2 months ago or not. But it was in BoxyCharm Premium. And I bought this on, oh, Lordy. This is the Renaissance palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills. It is probably been sitting around for a while because it looks like it's old. But I bought it. It wasn't used. I think the person just had it in their collection and never used it. But it's the Modern Renaissance palette. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I haven't touched it. I feel so guilty about that. Like, I should use it or find somebody that I want to just give it to. I don't know. Like, maybe for Christmas and stuff. Because for Christmas, I like to give family palettes that I feel like, palettes and makeup and skincare stuff that I feel like fits their personality. And I kind of save it up. And I have a family member in mind for this that I think that they would really love this palette. So I'm going to save it. I have another family member in mind. I most definitely this is going to be in one of my family members' Christmas goodies. This is a Violet Voss Essentials palette. It has lots and lots of glitter, but you can do neutral, you can do colorful. It's really cute. I do like Violet Voss a lot. She's got really good pricing and like great color stories and great quality eyeshadows. So this is a cute one, but this is most definitely going to a family member. Now, only reason why is you cried when you heard it was sold out and never coming back. Did you not see that Beautylish has it? Beautylish has, they just sent me an email saying that hurry up and get Thirsty before it's gone for good. So try Beautylish, and they usually have sales and stuff too, so check them out. All right, but yeah, my daughter dug her finger into it, so it's one of the reasons why it's gonna go to a family member. And this is the palette that I use the absolute most. This is the mini Nubian palette by Juvia's Place. Oh my gosh, guys. Oh my gosh. So you can see I'm dented the pans really good. This one here, I have actually hit pan on it. I love this palette. This palette I wore every day solid for like a year. Like every single day I wore this palette because I like the little touch of shimmer and the fact that it was basic colors and I could wear it to the office. And I did. I wore this to the office all the time. This was my work palette. I wore it continually. This is one of the first, I think one of the first palettes. I got this in Chic Beauty. So this is one of the first palettes that I got in a subscription, or was it not Chic? It was Allure Beauty. It was in the like year, buy it for a year and you get stuff. It was one of the first palettes I got in a subscription box that I just fell head over feet in love with and can't live without. And I just got my white desk dirty with particles from this. But yeah, this is a really good palette. It's well loved, not going anywhere. Let's see. Now, I have questions. Friends, I need your help. So I have this e.l.f. palette. It's the e.l.f. X Chipotle palette. It is sold out. They don't make it anymore. It's you know, was a one-time deal. It's beautiful, but I never use it. Like the colors end up looking darker on me than they do in the pan. And making it work is a little bit harder for me. I can make it work, but it ends up looking really dark on me. I don't know if anybody would be interested in buying it. I've used it about 3 or 4 times, and you could see that I swatched it because I swatched it for a video. So all of them have at least a fingerprint in them. Is this something that I should hang on to, even though I know I don't use it? Or should I try and see if anybody's interested in buying it? Or should it be something that I give to a family member? I don't know. What should I do with this? Like, I don't use it enough, and I feel bad about having it when I just only used it for the videos and that was it. But I do love Chipotle, and I do love e.l.f. So it was hard for me. I hung on to it for a little while longer, even though, you know, I don't use it. I have a video coming out next week where I do a full face of She Glam. I have used this palette. What did you say? Say if you sell it for double. True, I could sell it for double. I'm blind, that's why I'm like, eh. Okay, I should probably put on my glasses. This is from She Glam. This is the palette I used today for today's look, and you'll see a video on it. It is from the Spring Fling. They had like a whole Spring Fling section or thing that released that they did. There was this palette and a green palette, which I'll show you next. This is the Bloom palette. Lots of pretty reds and pinks in it. Beautiful, beautiful. And I got it because I wanted to try it, and I just thought that the spring collection was so pretty. And this, of course, you know, is right up my alley, colors I use. Here's another palette I used once or twice. I did a sunset look with it. This from Ace Beauty, or Ace Beaut. It is this palette. It's got a lot of different colors, and it's got some blue, some green, lots of like sunsetty colors, pretty yellows and oranges. I need to wear this more. I like this palette. This is one I should wear more because I do love the color story. I just forget I have it. I don't know. I put it in my desk so it'd be close to me so I wouldn't forget as much. But so yeah, I'm gonna put that over there with the keepsies. Let me show you the rest of the Shein palettes. Or She Glam palettes. This is the green one I was telling you about. This one's called Clover. And these guys are like $6. So, I mean, I could sell it, but they're not, you know, it's not like they're, I don't know. I would rather give it away than sell it because I feel like selling it is pointless. But I hadn't even used it yet, so, but I love green. So I love wearing green eyeshadow. Green eyeshadow's one of my favorite eyeshadows to wear because I have green in the center of my eyes, and I think it kind of accentuates that. But it's really pretty. Really, really pretty palette. Hadn't used it yet. Beautiful, beautiful palette. I have one more She Glam palette that I haven't used yet because I just got it. Just like these. I mean, I only had these for a little while. I know. I don't think he's ever going to have a thing for $6. Well, maybe that Morphe palette when it went on sale, the Morphe X Jeffree Star. That one went down to $6. Let's see. Get this one open. This is called the Rhapsody palette. Red, purple, green, favorite colors, you know. The green one is your favorite too. It's so pretty. Yeah, green is beautiful. All right, here is the Rhapsody palette. Beautiful purple and pink colors, and there's a little pop of orange in there just to make it interesting. It'll match that dress that I got from Shein Curve. So I'll probably do a look with that. Now here is my most, I guess the owners for this one are in controversy right now. I think it might be my most controversial palette. But I have a friend, in fact, my friend Tori, who made me all these gorgeous lip glosses, and I used to be on her PR. I don't think I am anymore, but I used to be on her PR. She makes these amazing lip glosses, and I love them. She has lip glosses and lipsticks and everything. But she loves Hank and Henry, and because she loves Hank and Henry, I saw this palette on BoxyCharm pop up, and I was like, you know, why not give it a go? It's this beautiful berries color. It's called berries. But these like pretty berry colors, blue and purple and all that. I don't know that they'd work for me or not, but I hadn't even cracked into it. Still got the plastic on it. I've had it for quite a while. I didn't know if I could even sell it because of all the controversy and all that at the time when I got it, because it was just like right after I bought it, all this controversy started with the owner telling somebody to come back to where they came from or something like that, just saying some really, really shady stuff. And I was like, well, nobody's going to want to buy it, but I haven't used it yet. So maybe I should just hang on to it and wait till I use it. So I just keep hanging on to it. So I don't know if it's going to make it through this particular purge. We're going to put it on off to the side. If one of you guys is interested in this particular palette, then let me know. I just didn't, I haven't used it yet. That's the only reason why I still had it. I guess I was hoping I would use it, but I hadn't used it yet. But if one of you guys wants it really, really bad, I will let it go of it. All right, what else have I got in here? Violet Voss palette. This is the Olive You Forever, and Matthew, this one has got some greens in it. Look, so pretty. Not a lot of greens, but there's some that have like sort of like a green shift to them. So that's really nice, like some shimmers with a green shift. There's 1, 2, 3 greens that are just flat out green. And then, I don't remember which ones have the shift to it. This like coppery color actually has a green shift. So that's really, really cute palette. Nice to have like a little neutral look with a pop of green, which is beautiful. It's not overblown like that Melt Cosmetics green palette. That can be so much green that some people are not a fan of it, but I don't care. All right, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 palettes left. This is my new, well, one of my newest palettes. This is a Viseart palette. It is a Petite Pour Deux palette. It's this little like coral number. I love it. I think it's beautiful. I haven't used it yet, but I love the size of it. I've heard great things about this brand. I had another Viseart palette and I got rid of it because it looks so much like the Orgy palette, or the ORG palette. I don't know if I could say that in a live. The ORG palette. And I don't really use the ORG palette as much as I should. You know, I do, well, I've never used the one I have right now. I think I used it when I first got it because I tried to do a couple videos on it, but they were so bad. I got beat up in the comment section, so I ended up having to take down a couple of the videos I did on the ORG palette. So, I have 3 Natasha Denona palettes. I have the one that BoxyCharm got for, they had it for the last November for Thanksgiving, so it's really pretty. I use it a lot. It is the color scheme I like, oranges and browns and a little pop of shimmer and enough neutral to make me happy, I guess. Next palette is the number 5 palette. It's got a little pop of purple and some gray and tan, and they're beautiful palettes. It's got 3 shimmers and then 2 that are not shimmers in it. It's really cute. I love the Orgy palette. You use it a lot. You're better than I am. I need to have that little touch of shimmers. I could use the mini, but my mini I'm so dry, and the formula on the mini, the first go round, because I got it right when it came out, it wasn't so good, so it wouldn't stay stuck to my eyes without me using like glitter glue. So it's like an extra step, and I'm lazy. So plus I didn't like the fact that if I didn't use a glitter glue, then that glitter would fall in my eyes and scratch my eyes. This is the Cranberry palette. I wanted this palette forever and ever and ever, and then when I saw it in person, I'm sort of like, meh. You know, it's pretty, but it wasn't, I don't know, like I expected more out of it. I don't know what I was expecting it to do, but I was expecting it to be more than it was. And I mean, I should probably hang on to these for reference because I have a lot of the alter ego versions of these. Come from sections of a palette that I have an alter ego full palette of. So I'll probably hang on to these, although I'm really toying with the idea of getting rid of the number 5 palette. So I'm going to put that in the maybe pile. So if one of you guys wants that one, let me know. All right, my last 2 palettes. I have 2 Charlotte Tilbury palettes. I have the Starry Eyes the Hypnotize palette. It's this beautiful blue packaging. Look how pretty. Oh my goodness. And that's what she looks like. Isn't that beautiful? Like this little pop of blue, little pop of green. And they actually have like these little things that go over them that just kind of like match up the colors to tell you which colors to wear together, which I love that. I love it when they make it easy for me to do a look. I have not got the Cruella MAC palette because, as I was telling Leah earlier, or Buffy as I like to call her, I just don't fully support MAC because they still test on animals, and I don't like that. I also have the Pillow Talk palette from Charlotte Tilbury. I wanted this palette and wanted this palette and wanted this palette for the longest time, and then I ended up with 2 of them and ended up selling one of them. And then kept this one, of course, you know. It's beautiful, though. It is beautiful. It's pinks and reds. Honestly, if I have this, I really don't need the Urban Decay Cherry. So it's making me think maybe I should get rid of the Urban Decay Naked Cherry. I mean, it's got lighter colors than the cherry does in it, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm on the fence. I'm on the fence about that cherry now because of this palette. But that is all of the palettes that I went through thinking about selling. I'm going to go ahead and make my final thoughts on them. Before I put them back, is anybody interested in the Hank and Henry palette or this Natasha Denona number 5 palette? Either one of you, if you guys are interested in either one of those, say so, because you guys are going to have first choice because you watched this. Also, is anybody interested in the e.l.f. palette? It's not a super expensive palette. It's just one that I never use. I used it twice for videos and did swatching and all that, but I didn't really actually use it afterwards. So, yeah. All right. So, I'm going to go ahead and let the video run for a couple more minutes so that if anybody catches on late and wants to say anything, has got anything that they're interested in, they can have time to speak up. I'm going to put back the ones I'm going to keep. Oh, I didn't even show you these. Oh my gosh, what is wrong with me? I need to show you these. I do have 3 more palettes. I think I'm going to need to get rid of at least one of these. This is from Ciate London. This is, what's the name of this palette? Does it have a name on it? Probably does. Oh, bother. I don't know. But it's that color story that I like. Oranges and reds and neutrals and pops of shimmer, but basic with shimmers. So I don't know if it'll be this one or it'll be one of these other ones. I have Going Coconuts and this Blush Crush from ColourPop. Show you the Blush Crush. It's pinks, and I've been obsessed with pink eyeshadows, you know, because I really wanted that Charlotte Tilbury palette. Didn't think I was ever going to be able to get it. And of course, the Millennial Pinks. You know how I love pink for eyeshadow because it just makes pink makes green and blue eyes pop. So, and I've got both green and blue in my eyes, so, or stand out. I hate when people say it makes your eyes pop because I think of somebody's like eyes protruding out of their head because I'm weird. But this is the Blush Crush up close without the paper on it. It's so beautiful. I know I don't need to have both these palettes. I should probably let go of one of these. I think probably, I don't know. Definitely the Ciate London palette. I'm definitely going to get rid of this one. I'm on the fence about this ColourPop palette. I do love ColourPop. For a low-cost brand, they have really beautiful eyeshadows. And this one I've never used before, but this one I got to replace this palette because I hit pan. And it's not exactly the same, but it's reminiscent. I don't think it has this, well, no, it does. It has those darker colors, but it's very reminiscent of the Nubian palette, which is my most favorite neutral palette of all ever. So probably my most favorite neutral palette. So this is to replace that. So I'm going to hang on to that. So I'm going to sell that Blush Crush, Ciate London, keeping Going Coconuts, keeping these because I just got them. On the fence about this one. I'm going to put that in a maybe pile. This is going to be a gift. Oh, no, never mind. This is going to be a gift, and this is going to be a gift for family members. So I'm saving those for gift purposes. Saving the house. House cosmetics. Saving the house. That sounds hilarious. I'm a dork. Let's see. So I'm going to put all these guys back. So yeah, be looking for these, the stack that I've got for sale, looking for them for sale on my, I'm going to put this in a specific place so I don't forget. Those are going to be gifts. All right. Wow, that's a lot less. That's not, I mean, really, in the grand scheme of things, it's not really a lot less, but it is for me. Ciate London, the Sahara palette, Blush Crush, this palette, Melt Cosmetics, One Size palette. We'll sell this one. I'm not sure for what, but probably not a lot. It's been used. Natasha Denona palette. And if Tori, if you're watching by some miracle, if you're watching and you don't have this palette, this is yours. But if you don't respond, or you do have, you respond and you tell me you have it, then I will find, I don't know what I'm going to do with it. To be honest, it might be one of the ones that's going to be a Christmas gift. I don't know. But yeah, so for sure, these are going to be on Poshmark and or Mercari. I think usually Mercari charges you less, but they take longer to pay you. So I don't know. Like, I hadn't decided yet which will be which. So this one's gonna be set aside in case Tori wants it, because Tori's my buddy. Does this go back here? I don't remember where I had that one originally. All right, guys, I'm going to end this. I don't know how long we've been going on, but it's been a while. Just send me a message if you're interested in any of these palettes, okay? All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Peace out, homies. Bye.